To whoever may need this nugget of encouragement, things will be alright, so quit your worrying. I get it, the odds seem stacked back against the wall, but even consider it such, know you'll stand tall. Sat and watch from the sidelines one too many times. Wicked games we play make me wanna lose my mind. Found solitude knowing it'll be over soon. Ever need a boost, count on me for the 1-2.
It's a world. Welcome to the Suplex Sports Podcast. It's your boy Mish. And can I just say it was a very eventful weekend. Very eventful weekend. Week 16 in the NFL. A couple of fights over the weekend. Little incidents on the football field. Not off the field during the weekend, but on the field. So much going on, but we're just going to go ahead and start unpacking it with you guys. Just take a moment, please, to share, like, and subscribe here on the Suplex Sports Podcast. Hit us up here on YouTube, as well as TikTok, Instagram, and all social media platforms where Suplex Sports is currently available. And don't forget, if you feeling like it, and what you should, on your drive home, check out the Suplex Sports Podcast on Spotify directly, and listen to our past episodes up to our current episodes on the Suplex Sports Podcast. All right. With that said, let's just go ahead and get into it. Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua.
Fixed.
You can say it's fixed if you want to, but somebody got their jaw fixed.
Fixed and get knocked out.
That's right. You fixed and get put on your back. It wasn't on his back. He dropped, but it was he seemed as though he never felt nothing like that before.
Yeah, that's why I believe fight real boxers.
With that said, the fight went 6 rounds with Anthony Joshua going ahead and doing what we all expected him to do, and that was to put down Jake Paul, as Anthony Joshua now is looking forward to heavyweight title bout with Tyson Fury. Now, first and foremost, everybody wants to give praise and credit for Jake getting in the ring with Anthony Joshua, proven heavyweight Olympian. I believe he won the gold medal. With that said, everything must come to an end. I mean, Jake Paul had a terrific run. And at the end of the day, we knew it wasn't happening. I knew it wasn't happening. Zay, you knew it was happening?
Rigged.
He's going to keep saying that. So,
everybody got paid that day.
He got, he did what he was supposed to do. He dinked in and out a little bit, but he got caught.
Carried for 6 rounds.
Yeah, it was a nice carry.
Yeah.
It was a nice carry because I only gave him 5. I definitely gave him 5. But 6 was, over under wise, I probably would have lost with taking the under. But yeah, 6 rounds and devastating right cross. Devastating right cross. Rearranged the man's whole entire jaw. There's been graphic pictures out there, definitely on the gram. A shout out to TMZ. I believe they were one of the first ones to report it at the time and actually show the damage. But anybody potentially could, as well, if you just would have slowed down the video, if you DVR'd it and took a look inside the man's jaw, it was completely shifted. And what they were saying is that it was a double broken jaw. Titanium has been placed inside Jake's jaws and a $90 million payout. Hey, you think he should take that $90 million and just call it a day? What? If it's me personally, I made my money. If there's any dues that they were to pay to the sport of boxing, I think, taking that on the chin, literally 2 times. I mean, it might, I'd have no problem riding out into the sunset. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that one right there, that might have did it. In terms of, if you already plan on donating your brain, that might have did it, bro. Not to make fun of anybody, for what it's worth. You already do seem or sound kind of punchy in a way. It might be time to hang it up, bro. I think that might have been the straw that broke the camel's back. Now, with that said, if you want to go ahead and go against Javante, Ryan Garcia, Errol Spence, if this is your ambition to continue to doing things this way, bro, who am I to say no at this rate? But I will say this. Say what you will. We all want to see Jake Paul fall at some point in time. He fell. It was bad. We knew it was going to be bad. Nobody gave him a shot at this. He went in there. He stood tall, and he took it. All right. Ironically enough, when it came to Get Back, it took a brother from London to get it done. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It took a brother from London to get it done. Not nobody here. Not nobody on territory, on soil. It took a brother over from London to get it done.
Well, it goes to show you that the Mike Tyson fight was.
I'm not saying nothing, bro. It took the brother over from London to get the job done. All the restitution we've been talking about all these years. Nate Robinson, Woodley looked awful. Again, tried to wrestle Anderson Silva after the fact.
He still fights like he's in the UFC.
Ridiculous. But my man from London, he got the restitution. That's all I'm gonna say. I remember vividly that Nate Robinson, you packs out in the street with Nate's with him face down and the whole kit and caboodle. Even Uncle Shane came out and said restitution. A man came over from London, England, got the restitution. I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't give a damn how anybody thinks. Yeah, we'll move on to that Tyron Woodley Anderson Silva. Anderson basically set him up with an MMA. He gave him the MMA. He threw up the knee, faked him with the knee, and gave him the uppercut and dropped him. Like, dog, you can't write this. You can't write this. And to a degree, I wonder if how successful Anderson Silva potentially could have been at boxing if he was using fakes like that to set up his punches in boxing. Using MMA to set up his punches in boxing. Little unorthodox, very unorthodox, but it was very effective. T. Wood was dropped again. But, Osalu Anderson. He got any more fights in him left, bro?
He said he got a few more fights.
A few more?
He's 50, but he said he got a few more fights.
I'm with him. Anderson, this is his time to shine and put on a show. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't gotta worry about going to the ground. Honestly, he might have after a while, he probably should have did this when he was on top of the world after the fact.
Yeah, what was that shit about when he was fighting Jake Paul?
I don't know. I don't know. I can't call it. Well, everybody's the alpha dog, they call him. Well, he calls himself Mr. Andrew Tate. He fought Mr. Chase Demore over the weekend, and that went all 6 rounds. Tate lost by majority decision. Scores of 57-57, 58-56, 58-56. Andrew Tate, he's legit. My man's legit now. And he's been out the game for a few years, despite, everything that he's been going through. And, I'm not going to say came up short because Chase caught him. He caught him quite a few times, man. Chase, he gave it to him.
Yep.
Gave it to him. And I seen a little bit of that press conference pre-fight as well. Chase wasn't playing no games and all that. You can say what you want, yeah, bro. You got more money than me and a lot of cats out there, but I give it to you. I tip my cap to you for going out there and doing your thing. But you got tucked in. We all win some, lose some, but you got tucked in. So maybe that might be his last fight. I don't know. But as George St. Pierre once said, I wasn't impressed with your performance. Moving along. So during the Detroit Lions Pittsburgh Steelers game, man, yesterday, DK Metcalf. Now, the camera just cut over to DK. DK's on the sideline. He sat there and he snatched up the fan, snatched him up, and a quick release and take that. The fan has stated that allegedly he stated, calling DK by his actual birth-given name, and that set DK off. DK is stating that some racial things were said, and when his father says the man said something about his mama with the C word, but that's it's unfortunate because people's gonna sit there in the stands and say stuff underneath your skin. Understand at that point in the game things weren't going your way, even though there was still a lot of game left to be played. Only thing I can say is try to keep your composure. I get it completely. I think that if there was field level seats and the fan had said it directly to him, then it could have been far worse than what it was. But you gotta be mindful. I mean, people gonna say stuff to get underneath your skin and get you off your game. You already got enough going through your mind on the sidelines. I mean, I hear you. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, I hear you, man. The cats are gonna say what they're gonna say to get in your head, but it was a little bit too. It was a little bit too much. And at the same time, security's at fault as well. Security, that was my thing. I was like, what? Dude's just sitting there. He's not intervening to say anything at all. You know what I'm saying? Security should have intervened right then and there on the spot. The fan didn't even get ejected from the stadium as well, which typically does not occur. Anytime I see any fan and player interaction that is not healthy, you know, it's typically the fan getting put out. But this guy was able to. But you know, two wrongs don't make a right in this situation. And of course, DK, you the one with the money, bro. Of course, you're gonna be the one that's gonna suffer more than the other party. So, DK Metcalf has been slapped with a 2-game suspension.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'd say it's fair at the same time. But you know, right now, when your team is essentially in the playoff race, in the playoff hunt, and you're the number 1 wide receiver, then you essentially right now is, you know, put your team at risk. Because now everybody's needed. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's all hands on deck. And unfortunately, DK is not going to be with his team for the final 2 games of the year. Meaning that they're going to have to win the final 2 games of the year without DK Metcalf and to try to hold on into their slot and slipping into the playoffs. So it's no easy feat. Granted, Aaron Rodgers has been looking good the last couple of weeks. But, you know, at the same time, you still have Adam Thielen and MVS who went down as well. So we'll see what happens, but it's a detriment and it's at the wrong time. I hope everything on both parties get worked out, as I do know that a legal lawyer is involved with the situation. All right, moving along. I believe the NBA has finally banned Grady Dick from exchanging his jersey with any other NBA players. I mean, yeah, your last name is pretty unique. It's Dick. You know what I'm saying? So most recently just traded jerseys with Derek White of the Boston Celtics. He's also traded jerseys with Anthony Black of the Orlando Magic. Of course, you know, you already get, you know, when you get the last names put together, you know, White Dick and Black Dick. So I think ultimately Grady Dick should be banned for swapping jerseys. I mean, you know, we're going to have, he swapped jerseys with LeBron. He's going to hold up the jersey. It's going to be Dick LeBron or LeBron Dick. Luka Doncic, Luka Dick or Dick Doncic. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Jaylen Brown, he changed it. Dick Brown, Brown Dick. I mean, either way you stand it, it's not going to be a good look. So if you're going to exchange jerseys with Grady Dick, then I think that should be somewhere in the locker room in the tunnel area where potentially media doesn't get wind to it, in which they're going to get wind of it anyway, like they always do. Essentially go from there in terms of feelings and how that all plays out. Also, I see today our local Boston Red Sox have acquired first baseman Wilson Contreras. What the deal with the St. Louis Cardinals for 2 prospects? Yeah, y'all thought we was out just because Pete Alonso decided to go to the Baltimore Orioles. We coming back. Bregman, do what you want, man. You a hired gun at this rate, man. We can, you know what I'm saying? I'm satisfied getting with a nice little defensive second baseman and just calling it a day at this rate. I'm liking what I'm seeing with the lineup. I'm liking the pitching. Shout out to the Red Sox, the front office. I thought they was leaving us for dead. Look like they're gonna make a little resurrection. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get into Week 16 of the NFL. Scores, thoughts, real quick. Now, for me personally, I got knocked out of my fantasy football league playoffs. Made it to the semis, got knocked out. There was teams that were not supposed to win that won. There were players that were supposed to do what they were supposed to do and they didn't do it. For fantasy's sake, of course. I'm selfish like that and I have to be selfish. You all don't understand. I rode the last place and ninth and 10th most of the season and creeped into the playoffs. So I really thought I was going to go on a little Cinderella run. And for somebody whose first round draft pick was Amon-Ra St. Brown, I was truly, utterly disappointed with what happened at home. We'll get into it. We're going to start off with Thursday night. It was a very, very memorable game on Thursday night between the Rams and the Seahawks. 2-point conversion out of this world on a call. I mean, I think this might have took the cake over the Tuck rule with Brady versus the Raiders in the AFC Championship game. No bullshit. Seahawks was able to get a 2-point conversion on the technicality, and that was it. That was it, to say the least. That was pretty much the deciding factor of the game. That basically ended the game, and the Seahawks won the game 38-36. Scoring affair. It's a classic. If you're a Seahawks or a Rams fan, you would definitely consider that one of the classics, honestly. For the Rams, you didn't like the way it ended. For the Seahawks, I mean, it is what it is. You know, you got the dub, and that's that. Saturday. There was 2 games on Saturday. Philadelphia Eagles versus the DC Commanders, Washington Commanders. Eagles did their thing, 29-18. The Packers and the Bears, I wouldn't have. Listen, I knew the game was in Chicago. I know the last time they played each other, it was pretty close as well. Caleb Williams came up big, out of this world. Really, really good game, really good defensive game. Josh Jacobs not at his best. A shout out to Kyle Manon guy, DeAndre Swift and the guys. Bears overtook the Packers 22-16. The Bengals slapped up the Dolphins 45-21. The Bills barely held on against the Browns. Shador was dealing with Dion, his daddy, in attendance with his boo thing, Miss Carucci. Yes, she was in tow as well to oversee the game, which Shador almost had it. I mean, credit the Bills defense clamping down. The Chargers, they slapped up the Cowboys in Dallas 34-17. Dallas is pretty much done. They are not making the playoffs. And I just say, just blame Jerry, because once the whole Parsons situation, once that went through and you knew it was going nowhere, you waited too long. You should have made the move, got the right defensive pieces in there to get them guys some help in the back. Offense was straight. You know, Dallas offense is going to put up them points, but that defense was the worst Dallas defense I've seen in a while. I'm just saying. The Panthers beat the Bucks. I think a lot of people didn't expect that to go down, but it did. And essentially, and that being a division game as well, Panthers got the job done 23-20. The Vikings, they squeaked out a win against the Giants 16-13. And I do mean squeaked out a win. The Titans spanked up the Chiefs without Patrick Mahomes 26-9. They was up without Patrick Mahomes and Rashee Rice, by the way. But that's neither here nor there. The New Orleans Saints spanked up the Jets 29-6. The Falcons beat the Cardinals 26-19. Don't get me started with the whole Woody Mock situation in Houston. Big disappointment, especially to me in fantasy. Shout out to Brock Bowers for holding your boy down all season long. But Woody Mox, I don't know. It didn't go my way at all. And like I said, it's nothing against you personally, bro. It's for my selfish fantasy purposes. The Jaguars went to Denver and beat the Broncos 34-20. Did not see that coming. Broncos has a top 5-10 stout defense, and Trevor Lawrence had his way. Essentially, Jags might be in the AFC Championship game. The Steelers, they went into Detroit and beat the Lions 29-24. Of course, we already touched base on the DK Metcalf situation. The Lions put themselves in jeopardy of not making the playoffs. The Patriots on Sunday Night Football came back from 11 down in the fourth quarter to take down the Baltimore Ravens 28-24. Stephon Diggs, I salute my guy. My man turned up last night. He had the whole sideline turned up last night. A currently Monday night game, 14-14 between the Niners and Colts. Once again, your boy Misha's out of his fantasy football playoffs. I got a long way to go between now and next August. So I'm just going to stand pat, and put a formula together and go back at it and try to get it. Like I said, I was almost certain I was going to run the gauntlet, but couldn't get it done. And it is what it is. Suplex of the weekend. Suplex of the weekend. Of course, I gotta give it to DK Metcalf. Of course, that whole situation, bro. Swiping at a fan. I understand it was a bad time of the game, bro. You let security handle that, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's what they get paid for, man. You do not have to take that into your own hands and get emotional. Not only jeopardize yourself, your team, but now could potentially put you in some type of legal situation where somebody's seeking some type of compensation from you. Come on, man. Somebody seeking some compensation from you for doing something Just stupid. And of course, it's easy for me to say because I'm sitting here and I wasn't in the moment. And if I was in the moment, one would never know. Those who know me. One would never know, right? Right. So DK Metcalf, suplex of the weekend. All right. With that said, guys, please share, like, and subscribe here on the Suplex Sports Podcast. And hit us up with your questions and comments as we have more content coming to you. Other than that, peace, love, and respect to you guys as you guys help us push up the charts to 100,000 subscribers. Stick in there, hang in there with us for the long haul. We're going to stick out and rock out with you. It's your boy Mish. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.